we just got a new smoker. It's a pellet grill. The Pit Boss. Got it yesterday. So we're doing a pork butt. We're gonna do pulled pork, but you do a butt. I don't like the way. Anyway, the pork butt is actually the pig's shoulder. It's not the butt. All right. I don't know why they call it that, but that's what it's called. And this is about a 9-pound pork butt that we're gonna smoke for about 8 hours. But the first thing we have to do is the rub. Recipe will be down in the description. But we're gonna start with kosher salt and then a whole bunch of black pepper, like the same amount. This one's very simple. We're gonna do a little bit of garlic powder, granulated garlic, whatever. It's the same amount onion powder. Come on, that's cool. And then same amount paprika. This is gonna give it a good color, apparently. I've never done it, but that's what the recipe called for. Mix this up. There you go. Look at that. It's your dry rub. It's really easy. So after you get the dry rub all put together in your container or whatnot, you use some olive oil. This is so that this sticks to this. So we're just gonna liberally coat it in olive oil. Sadly, I don't have any black gloves like all the barbecue guys have. I'm just gonna use my hands. That's it. We found blue gloves. We're good. All right, so you're gonna add a ton of this. This is a giant piece of meat, so you can add as much seasoning as possible. So we're gonna coat every aspect. This over on its side. Seasoning. This is gonna create a really sick bark, kind of like a brisket. But I don't know, I've never done this before. We're doing this together on a brand new grill that I've never used before. So we're making something I've never made before on a grill I've never used before. But I'm taking you guys with me on this journey so you can see the mistakes I make. All right, I'd say that's seasoned enough. We're gonna go downstairs, fire up the pellet grill. So let's go, let's do that. All right. We're out here at the Pit Boss. Look at it. It's beautiful. We're using hickory pellets. I feel like that's enough. You hear that jet engine? That's wild. This is telling me it's about 275. That's telling me it's at 345 degrees. I don't know, but I'm gonna go with this because it makes more sense to me. Now, I'm gonna put this fat cap down because that's what they tell me to do. So, we're gonna throw it, I'll put it right here. Looks fantastic. Get in there, get a good look at that. We're going to smoke this for 4 hours, and then I'm gonna come back out, see how it's doing. Hopefully it's sick, I don't know. We'll see you in 4 hours. Okay, so after reviewing my notes when we went back upstairs, I realized I was wrong about which side it needs to be on. It needs to be on the fat side up. What a fool I am. Is this hot? Because it's only been on here for a few... Ow! Oh my lord, it's hot. I thought it wasn't hot. I need more rub. Apparently, it's fat side up so that the fat can drain down and then it creates the bark because of the fat, and then it makes like a split thing. That should be a lesson to you all. Keep looking at your notes and make sure you're right on everything, because even I'm wrong and that's not normal. All right, so while we're waiting for that, which we have a ton of time to wait, we're gonna make the spritzer stuff. You're gonna wanna make this in a little spray bottle and spray every hour. I just learned that. I researched it, figured it out. It's every hour. You go down there, spray it on there, keep it moist. A lot of people just use apple juice. A lot of people just use apple cider vinegar. But I feel like if we just make a concoction of great stuff, it's going to be great. So I'm going to use apple cider because I feel like it's a more flavorful version of apple juice. Let's do a cup because why not? I'm going to do a cup of apple cider. And then I'm going to do the same amount of apple cider vinegar. I feel like that's good. And then I don't have any other hot sauce other than this Valentina extra hot, but whatever, because it's just gonna add more flavor on top. I'm just gonna eyeball that, and then I got some more Worcestershire sauce to go with that, because this adds great flavor. You see, we're just adding flavor on top of flavor on top of flavor. Smells super good. My broken Pyrex thing. See if I can do this without spilling it everywhere. Alright, so what? I spilled a little bit of it. But that's it. So we're gonna go downstairs and moisten the butt. Alright, so it's been about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. We're gonna check it, spray it with our concoction, and then come back later. So. Alright, hell yeah, bro. It's so smoky. Looks good enough for me. Oh yeah. Alright, it's been about 6 hours now. I've been periodically coming out here and spraying it down with my concoction. So we're gonna take a look at it and see how it looks. Obviously it looks banging, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out, we're gonna wrap it in foil and then put it back on for probably another 3 hours. There. This is going to be where we're gonna spritz it up a lot, because it's the last time any moisture is gonna hit this thing until it's done. So we want it to be real moist. Look at that, I don't have enough foil because I got normal sized foil. Try to do a nice like Christmas package wrap. Just to make sure that you don't want any of the moisture that's going to come out of it to drip out, because you want it to all be right. I don't know if that explains anything, but you'll get it. We're going to put this back on, wrapped up for another 3 hours. I'm actually going to drop the temperature because right now we're at 300. I'm going to bring it back down to 250. Let it sit there for the next 3 hours, and then when we come back, it should be done. Maybe. Alright, so look, I don't like traditional coleslaw, so I figured out a way to make it better than traditional, and this is the way that I do it. It's spicy and it's delicious. So, first thing we're going to start out with, normal bag of coleslaw mix from the store. You get it's just cabbages and some carrots and stuff. Then, finely shaved red onion. I did that with this thing right here. It's called a mandolin slicer. Makes it super thin. It's very important. So that's about a half of a red onion. I'm gonna throw that in there. I got a whole jalapeno that I did the same thing with the mandolin slicer. It's very thin, whole jalapeno. Everything, seeds and all. Dijon mustard. This is all gonna be by just my sight. I'm gonna try and think of how much I'm putting in there. Mayonnaise. I'm gonna say probably about a half a cup. Yeah, I'd say about half a cup. Half a cup of mayonnaise. Sriracha. About that much. That looks alright to me. Chili garlic sauce. I need another spoon. I'm only gonna do 1 tablespoon of that in there. You could put vinegar, but I got this Eastern North Carolina vinegar barbecue sauce that I'm gonna put on the pork when it's done. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that because it's like vinegar but with more flavor. So I'm just gonna add, I don't know, that amount. And that's it. That's what I do for my coleslaw, because regular coleslaw with sugar in it isn't good to me. I don't like it. If you like it, good for you. But I don't like it. The longer it sits, the more it's gonna soak in, and the flavors are gonna blend in together. But I'm gonna try it because it looks delicious. And I was correct, it is delicious. So, I'm gonna wrap this up, let it sit. We're gonna go downstairs, Get the pulled pork, bring it up here, let it rest, and then we're gonna make some sandwiches. All right, you guys, after 8.5 hours, this is the reveal. We're checking it out. All right, now, look at that. Get right out of town. That's 8.5 hours of work right there. Look at all them juices down there. We got a sick bark. That's that fat side right there. We still have to wait 45 minutes. I'm gonna wrap it back up and it's gonna rest for 45 minutes. The reason it needs to rest is because what was the words? The muscles are still like tensed up because of the heat it's on, so it needs to relax. Like right now you can rip it apart, but it'll be dry. So we're gonna let the juices reabsorb back into the meat as it cools down, and then we'll rip it off. This is gonna take 30-45 minutes. Cool, we've only waited all day, so 45 minutes, let's go. It's done resting. I'm supposed to look for a bone in this and see if it moves. I don't know where it is, it's somewhere, but this is so tender, I can't do anything about it. So we're just gonna tear into it because it's been long enough, and look at it. I don't even have to do anything. Look, just take a gander. Good God. Are we playing games right now? That fat. I'm assuming this is how it's supposed to be and how it's supposed to smell. If I know anything about a smoke ring, we got it. Look at that. That pink around the edges? It's perfect. Smoke ring. We're good. All right, now I gotta try it because this is crazy right now. So we're gonna take this piece right here, a little bark on it. It's perfect. I don't even care. It tastes so good. And it's so moist and tender and flavorful. I don't know. Here, homie, let me let you get a little slice of this. I gotta let the camera lady eat, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's banging. I know. It's super good. All right. We're gonna tear this up and we're gonna make some sandwiches. Let's make some sandwiches. This is real. You see this thing? You see this thing? Give it a little spin around. Good God dang. Now it's time for the main event right here. This is a big sandwich. Oh no, there's meat falling out everywhere. Gotta take it out. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything. That's the best pulled pork sandwich I've ever had in my life. I'm just saying. I'm not bigging myself up because we did this together. Super good. And I'm not just saying it. It's fantastic. It's moist. It's tender. Like sometimes if you cook stuff in a slow cooker, it's like it falls apart, but it's really dry in the middle. This is like the best. The flavor of the meat, everything. It's just so good, dude. Also, this barbecue sauce, I know I didn't make it myself, but it's actually really good. I randomly bought it from the store today, and I'm really happy about it. It's a vinegar sauce. Do it. Use my information. Smoke yourself a pork butt. Tell me how it turns out. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, share, subscribe. Do all that stuff. Please subscribe. But thank you so much. Till the next video. Goodbye.